Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here with Minotaur Chieftain. Minnow is one of the great heroes in the game. He is the ultimate base smasher. I'm going to look at his modern contemporary build and look at him in a couple of game modes during the course of this video. If you can hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll know when videos like this come out. Let's look at Minnow. Minnow, we have him in an attack build. There are two different ways to run your minnow. Yeah, more than that, but I'd say two of the most popular builds would be a straight attack minnow who's there to activate his skill maybe once, twice if you're lucky, do as much damage to the buildings and surrounding area as he possibly can. Or there is the stealth minnow, and stealth minnow is something that is a tricky, nearly impossible thing to stop in Guild Wars. He will go into stealth if he dies immediately and then is revived by a low level Triantar. The low level in skill Triantar is going to bring Minnow back at a health level that is less than the requirement for stealth to activate. So the moment he does revive, he will be in stealth. Can't be stopped. First building he touches, boom. It's 100%. Take you 5 minutes in Guild Wars. Minnow, with this build, let's take a look at his skin. Skin's maxed out at 20. You can see that it's primarily an attack bonus. The little bit of health that he gets and the other things, not going to have any kind of an impact in terms of what he's used for. And that's smashing buildings. He needs damage. He needs to be able to do damage and have a high level of attack. Minnow here is going to be hitting 55 ground targets at skill 14. He does very little in terms of a boost from skill 13 to 14. He just does a tiny bit more damage. A little bit of a higher damage multiplier. I have him running with a revitalized instant skill activation. First thing he touches, boom, he's going to go off. I have a second option. Second option is Unholy Pact, which is typically what I'm running as an insignia. If I'm going to go the Unholy Pact route, I'm doing something, remarkably rare in Castle Clash. And I might be pairing this up with like a Wicked Armor or maybe a Iron Will. It might be something like a Forgotten Trial, but a real rarity. He's basically a 1-speed monster, okay? And that's just base smashing. You don't really necessarily need a second talent slot, I don't think. So Revite, and as his insignia, I pair the Unholy Pact. And I get a huge statistical bonus in addition to the tremendous attack bonus that Unholy Pact provides. Equipment, I want damage. Got to raise his attack. 65% boost in attack at level 7. Holy. And we go over to traits, straight attack. Okay, we're going to run Minnow through the expedition process. It makes expeditions, as well as in raiding the collection of resources, something that is just boom, 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 and you're done. So I want to show him in there. That's probably where I use him the most often, is to get expeditions done. Other than that, it would be dungeon progress. Let's take a look. We are running Minnow along with Anubis because Minnow hits guardian troops, little troops on the army camps, and you want to take those away. So when he does activate, he only hits buildings. You see right now there are no troops on the base, only heroes. Minnow will hit 55 targets. He'll hit everything. If there were 300 troops right now, we would have to clear those out with Anubis. I've got him set for instant skill activation. First building he touches, 99%. What's going to happen? Where's the last building? Oh, down here. Okay, interesting note. Punching Box. Punching Box is the preferred pet for Minnow because it ups his attack. Especially when Minnow is isolated on the board, Punching Box will affect only Minnow. But Punching Box has the nasty habit of destroying the buildings in front of Minnow as he approaches them, thereby robbing him of his ability to hit a building and actually activate his skill. So I've been ruined by Punching Box too many times. It's Insane Dungeon 8, you can do it because you're fighting love doves with Minnow. But in regular gameplay, I really prefer something like a like Drogo Pet. Drogo Pet, if Minnow is attacked, it'll give a deflect shield to Minnow, help to keep him alive so he can hit something. And in addition, it'll give him a 100% attack bonus. Wow. Let's give him another try. Instant skill activation. Boom, 100%. Okay, there are flying troops. He does not hit anything that's a flying unit. So, we're okay. We don't need to use Anubis. In fact, we can even hit one of the helicopters, and we still got a 99er. Where's the other building? Second skill, got it. Second skill activation, got it. We have no troops. We're good. And we touch. First thing, boom. In Castle Clash, keeping your base safe is an impossibility. This is a base raiding game and a base defense game that has looked at other things. Not lost sight of that, but now expanded its view. We've moved away from base defense. I always think that that's the primary purpose and the fun behind Castle Clash. People want a really good base. And when people get attacked, they want to see the enemy get smashed during that attack. We can't even look in something like Guild Wars at the people who are attacking us. And in addition, it only takes one Doom Balloon or one hit from Minnow, and it's 100%. So, base defense, this was only an 80. Base defense is really an impossibility these days. My point being, with Minnow, he will hit any stretch of walls that is longer than 7 in total without there being a second row of walls or decorations to keep to create a second layer. So you have to be very careful with your wall layout. It's only going to prevent obvious and immediate Minnow procs. Nothing you can do to save your base, but you can at least make the folks work for it for 30 seconds. Okay, so we got our stuff here. Let's move on. Let's do a quick one more attack, and then we're out. Okay, let's try one dungeon in Insane 8. I'm going to do it the damage way and not the dodge way. So I definitely want to bring my Minnow along. I want to use my Atlantic Core to knock out any gunslingers and pesky auto proc heroes that we're dealing with. I'm going to hope I get a skill activation from Kaz. I did. Although it's not necessary. I'm going to bring them all back in the left-hand corner where those little grave markers are. Where your hero dies in combat is exactly the location where your hero will be revived during the bringing back from the dead process. We let Ronan do his thing. Ronan with a burning plate will do a tremendous amount of building damage because any buildings that he's around are going to get vaporized because he's got burning plate running the entire time. Especially helpful when your Ronan is caught up against a nearly impossible enemy like a Zeph or a Dove. Or on Love Doves, he's still going to destroy the buildings around him because of that burning plate. Let's bring those Doves out here again. Minnow, up to 89%. Wow. Let's use a couple of spells. Now I put Minnow in Punching Box to give him that massive attack bonus because he's going to be hitting Love Doves. And the Love Doves are, virtually, I didn't even have to use the other heroes, are virtually invulnerable. And Punching Box is not going to destroy them. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Minnow is one of the ultimate base smashers, one of the true classic heroes in Castle Clash. I think an attack build is a great build. The possibility of a dodge Minnow, I think theoretically is possible and could be used in a variety of ways, niche ways, I would suspect, because what you're asking him to do is to play two roles. One of a dodger, one who avoids conflict, and one of a brutal barbarian beast smasher who's able to, base smasher, who's able to destroy buildings. Okay, so you're trying to give him 2 left socks, but only 1 right foot. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. All right, happy clashing.